Hello, my fellow flawless, limitless, sexy, sassy, saucy HBICs. How are you on this lovely morning, afternoon, or evening? How are you all? I hope you're all doing fabulous. I hope you're all choosing to be the versions of yourself that have exactly what you want. If you're new to my channel, how you doing? I'm Kimberly, and yeah, I'm pretty obsessed with getting what I want and manifestation. So if you are too, I would love for you to subscribe and come back and see me. If you would like to work with me in any way, shape, or form, or join one of my 3 channel memberships, which I highly encourage you to do because they are off the chain amazing, and not just because they're mine, it's because of the people that come in. It's the people that are there. It's the other HBICs, the energy, and the channel memberships, literally off the chain. Tons and tons of success stories, tips, and tricks. I also just want to mention, if you're noticing the type of video that I'm uploading today, there will be no editing. So all sorts of noises and things will be included for your listening and viewing pleasure. So as I was saying, if you want to work with me or to join one of my channel memberships, all of that information is in the drop box below. And if I just repeated myself, it's because I forgot that I actually said it. So let's move on. Today's video. Are you stuck in the cycle of wanting your specific person, and you want to get your ass out of that cycle? Then this is the video for you. I had a call with one of the HBICs. If you're new here, HBIC just means the head bitch in charge of your reality. And that's what I call all the people that join my channel. I had a coaching call with one of the HBICs, and she brought up a really good point that, along her manifestation journey, she had watched content from Bashar, and no hate to Bashar, this is no negativity there, but she had heard Bashar say, you don't get what you want. You don't manifest what you want. You manifest what you need. Now, how frustrating can that be if you're, listening and interpreting that message from a victim state? Again, that's no judges. We all fluctuate through all sorts of states of consciousness, right? We're always moving and grooving through all the different states, and that's okay, right? That's what I call normal. So if we perceive that message, that can sound negative. And I'll be honest with you, I told the HBIC that, you know what, if I had heard that kind of a message in my early days, that message would have triggered me. But that would have been because of my fear of not getting my manifestation, as well as what I was conditioned with, that word need, what your needs are, right? From my upbringing, my conditioning, when you think of someone's needs, you get what you need. Well, my definition of my needs was food, shelter, water, the basic survival needs. It also would have triggered my belief that, because of the person I was when I started my journey, that, well, God's not going to give me this then. God's not going to give me my specific person because God hasn't given me what I've wanted my whole life, because I had a belief that God was always taking things away from me. So that fear of the outside of me, the outside God, the outside source, the universe, whatever you decide it is, was dangling that carrot in front of me, but was never going to give it to me. That I needed someone else's permission, God's, universe's permission, whether I could have what I wanted. And some of you are walking around with that conditioning even right now in this moment. And when we hear certain messages in the manifestation community, depending on what state you're in, you could perceive it as unfavorable. So right now, in this moment, if you're someone manifesting a specific person, let's be authentic. When you get triggered what is it usually about? If it's not about that specific person in of themselves, meaning they're showing up, maybe not choosing you, or maybe there's a third party, or maybe you've never had a full-blown relationship with this person. So that fear of, that they're not in love with me, they're not going to choose me, blah, blah, blah. I mean, in general, when you hear the thoughts that come in about your manifestation, about having your specific person. What do you hear? What are the thoughts that come in authentically? Why can't you have it? Why have you not manifested it yet? What is the story you're really believing? And I know you've heard it a million times by me on my channel, but that old belief of you don't always get what you want, like the song, you can't always get what you want. I'm sure anybody out there watching, if you're manifesting a specific person, that has probably run across your mind at least once. You just can't have a specific person. You just don't get everything you want or everyone you want. And this is why I'm making this video today, is because, again, this is going to sound repetitive if you are someone that normally views my content, but I cannot emphasize the importance of understanding that you are source. You are the I am. You are. Going to give credit to my girl Bryn, who is one of the HBICs and my channel memberships, who brought this up as a tip. That's something she applies to her daily routine of reminding herself that she is source. I can't stress what a great idea that is. You see, I know some of you are in the early days of your journey, and I was there too. And if I had heard this message, I would have been like, yeah, I know, I'm source. Okay, I get it. Where's my specific person? How do I get that though? I know I'm source. Yep, I hear you. Surface, right? Surface level understanding. I encourage you to not let it be surface level. Step into the deeper understanding that you really are the source of what you're experiencing in reality. You are in control of what you get to have, of what you get to manifest, not an outside source, not the outside universe. I'm not here to tell you or to force you into a belief system, meaning whether you believe it's God, universe, higher power, source energy, moonbeams. I'm not here to tell you what is right for you. I'm here to tell you, though, the understanding of what Neville Goddard was always saying. You are the only cause. You are source. Vadim Zealand would say, whatever you believe essentially to be true is what you're experiencing in the mirror maze. What you believe, reality is the mirror. From Reality Transurfing in 78 Days, principle number 36, ending the battle. The principle, Vadim Zealand. The world is a mirror that reflects your relationship to it, not anybody else's, yours. When you are unhappy with the world, it turns away from you. When you battle with the world, it battles with you too. When you stop battling, the world meets you halfway. If you simply give yourself permission to have that, your envision, outer intention will find a way of giving it to you. Then one day, something will happen that others will call a miracle. Are you desperate to achieve your goal? Are you still in that, I want this so bad? If so, stop wanting and receive it anyway. Just think about taking what is yours and taking it quietly without insisting or making demands in the manner of like this. So I want this. So what? I shall have it. It's that attitude. It's that indifference. By indifference, meaning the unnecessary battling with 3D, the not looking at circumstances and being afraid of them, letting them mean that you're not going to get what you want because this showed up. No. If you want it, you have it. Give it to yourself. Give yourself that permission. And an easy way to do that is reminding and having the understanding that you are source and reality is always reflecting what you believe to be true, who you believe you are. Some of you are walking around with the same conditioning that God or the universe isn't going to hand you over a love relationship because that's just a want. It's not a need. That's a belief. It's a belief. Not to mention forgetting the obvious, which you are love. You are unconditional love. You are pure, unadulterated consciousness. The interpretation of that principle. Pendulums impose a totally different kind of script. Remember, reality transurfing, Dean Zealand talks about pendulums. Pendulums, from his words, are evil. They're trying to distract you. They're not all, but they're trying to distract you. It's like an energy of sucking you in. Think about the times that you are getting triggered by your reality and you're getting upset, and the more anger, the more upsetness you're experiencing. Think of that as the pendulum pulling you in, getting you to hop on top of the pendulum and start swinging away. And it keeps your awareness on the 3D, which is exactly what we want to stop doing when we are deciding, hey, I'm going to step into being a master conscious manifester. The idea is to hop off that pendulum, right? And start taking your awareness and placing it on what you want. So pendulums impose a totally different kind of script. They force you to fight to achieve your goal, as if the only means of reaching your goal is to declare war on yourself and the rest of the world. They constantly bombard you with the idea that because you are less than perfect, you will never achieve your goal unless you change who you really are. Once you have changed yourself, then you have to join the battle for your place under the sun. This script pursues one goal only: to drain your energy and drive you into a cell in the matrix. By fighting with yourself, my example of what like that fighting with yourself is I have to fix my self-concept. I have to heal all my traumas. I have to fix what's broken within me. No, no, we need to make a decision. But that's an example of what he's talking about. By fighting with yourself, you give your energy away to the matrix. By battling with the world, you do the same thing. This is when, hey, circumstances pop up. When we start panicking and start affirming against the circumstances, it's because we're labeling that circumstance as inhibiting you getting what you want. So where does your attention, your focus, your awareness go? On fixing that circumstance, when all you needed to do was get your focus back onto what you want, who you're choosing to be, not fighting every single experience. That's the pendulum, getting you stuck in the mindset of, I have to fix myself, I have to fix this, then I have to work towards getting what I want. Some of you even look at your manifestation routines, the techniques, as something I have to do to get this. So I'm going to do this every single day. Well, they don't feel good. Some of you start to dread doing them. They become work. They become heavy. They become a pain in your ass. No, you're still in the mindset of fighting with reality, whether you're aware of that or not. No one can force you to fight, but you will not have any other option if you are filled with inner and outer importance. If you don't feel able to give yourself permission to take and have right now, you can put it off until later. And by taking and having, he's referring to your desire, what you want. However, putting it off until later leaves you feeling that every moment of your life is just the preparation for some better future. People are always dissatisfied with the present and console themselves with the hope that improvements are on the cards, they're on the way. With this kind of attitude, the future will never come. It will always be hovering somewhere just ahead of you, like trying to catch up with the setting sun. Give yourself permission to have right here and now. This is exactly why I word things as you decide right now that you are the self that has the desire, or at minimum, will have. Don't overthink his sentence about looking forward to the future. I know that when we are caught in a moment and we're looking at 3D reality, we're seeing that our manifestation doesn't seem to be sitting right next to us. Some of us make ourselves feel better by telling ourselves, okay, this is the unfolding. I'm going to have it. He's more talking to the people that are looking at themselves and deciding, I can't be happy today. I can't be happy or feel good about myself today because I don't have my manifestation yet. So they live a miserable existence where all they're doing is placing their awareness on life sucks right now. Life sucks right now. I can't be happy. I can't be in fulfillment because it's not here yet. That's more of where that message was going. You wouldn't want your desire if you didn't already have it, if it wasn't already in existence. To be honest, this entire conversation that led to this video today sparked from a moment where, while I was talking to this Hbic, we were talking about her manifesting her specific person. And in this moment, we were talking about what Bashar had said and, how important that definition of what a need is and how it would have triggered my old self. And in that moment, she took that time to remind me, in case I forgot, that she wanted her specific person, though, not anybody else. Because sometimes in this community, we do hear that someone has made the choice to stop manifesting a particular specific person and they move on with someone else. We don't judge them over on my channel because I don't look at that. That's not manifestation failure. That's someone changing their damn mind. And that's absolutely okay to do, right? It's not failure, but it's also not everybody's journey. So don't panic. You don't have to give up on your specific person. But in that moment, she said to me, but I want that specific person. I don't want anyone else. And I stopped her and I said, why did you just tell me that? What went through your mind in that moment that you had to make sure I understood that you still want original specific person? And obviously it was because of fear. So I'm asking you, viewer, subscriber, friend, Hbic, do you believe that you can actually have your specific person? And it's okay. If the answer no pops into your mind, that's all right. Let's go let's go the next step further. Why? Even if it's the most ridiculous fear in the world, that's okay. But what is it? What is it? So you can understand that more than likely, it's just your old conditioning talking. And you need a reminder that you are source. You are source. I find it interesting that in several calls last week, I experienced People coming to me and letting me know that, they might have had a rough spot here and there in their previous week. I shouldn't say all the calls. They weren't all the calls, but it was like 2 or 3 different people all on the same day. If you're not new here, I've mentioned before, it seems like it's a theme sometimes in my coaching calls. But they had gotten upset by hearing a tarot reading. And, once I reassured them that they don't have anything to worry about, their source, they're the God of their reality, it's not lost on me. Why? Why did we go and listen to a tarot reading or ask someone to give us a tarot reading? Now, by the way, I'm not calling y'all out if you're still using tarot cards. What I'm saying is, let's authentically own that. When you are going to someone and asking for that tarot reading, what's the authentic reason why you're doing it? I know one of the things I often hear is, well, tarot readings, they're just going to be the reflection of your current energy. I'm not disagreeing with that. My question is, why did you need that? How are you not already authentically aware of who you are, or what state you're in, or what version of self you are? Why does a deck of cards have that over your head? Why? Why did you need to hear it? Again, do you see how some of us are clinging to old beliefs and aren't even aware of it? But it's not that reality or your subconscious mind is keeping it hidden from you. It's not. Because that fear is there. You're giving into it. You're taking that action. Once again, please understand, I'm not telling y'all to throw out tarot cards. To me, they're nothing but a placebo. They really aren't. They can be harmless. And a good tarot reader is going to tell you anyway, it's just an energy reading. You can change that. You're the source of your reality. You're the God of your reality. So, because it's no hate to tarot readers. I'm friends with several. I'm just saying, if you yourself are going to get a tarot reading or deliberately going over to tarot TikTok and watching tarot readings and then getting upset if you don't like what you hear, do you hear how that's a little hypocritical? Doesn't make much sense. You're putting your power as source into a deck of cards or into the person reading the cards and going off of their interpretations of things. Again, yes, they're just a reflection of your energy, but they're fucking meaningless until you give them meaning, until you decide that they have power. What I suggest is taking a look at, why are we still attached to them? To master your reality, to honestly get your specific person, instead of wanting, hoping, and wishing that you could have that specific person. It's not difficult. It's not difficult. We have success stories all over the place of people successfully getting their specific person. And I'm one of those success stories. And I will tell you, it's also not lost on me why I think I was successful outside of I was choosing that version of myself. I stopped putting the power outside of me. I knew I was source. I was finally in that pure understanding of, it's me. This is all reflection of me, what I'm believing about myself. And no one and nothing in 3D reality could ever prevent me from having exactly what I want. No one and nothing. I had accepted that. Successful SP manifestors, they've accepted that. That wanting of that person, especially if it feels longing or you feel desperate and you're listening to fear or experiencing anxiety, It's coming from a belief, a version of yourself. You are allowed to have love. You are allowed to experience romantic love with another person. You are allowed to have it. It is your birthright. It's not just a want. All desires, when you think about it, are somewhat ego-based and are wants in the idea of the desire. Desire is want. You are deciding what words mean to you. I don't look at needs as shelter, food, water. Those are some survival things for the human 3D physical body, but we know better now. You can label things any way you want to. You are source. This is the beauty. If you've noticed, there's been a theme of me really referring to Vadim Zeland in a lot of my most recent content, outside of the fact that that's the book we are all reading together in the Advanced Manifesting group. But it's because I love Vadim Zeland's mindset on, listen, no one's wrong in this equation. Meaning, if you're someone that believes it's impossible to manifest a specific person, in your reality, you're going to be right. You're going to be right. And that will be the evidence you experience. But those of us who do believe that you can manifest a specific person, we're going to be right too. And that will be the evidence we experience in our reality. Because again, as Vadim makes it so clear, reality is the mirror. It's the mirror. And when you're in that place of, I want this, it hurts, I'm longing, I'm afraid, you are lost in the mirror maze, as Vadim Zeland says. You're lost in the maze, my friend. You're bashing and thrashing against walls in the mirror maze because you have forgotten your source. Remind yourself right now in this moment that you are. Remind yourself every day that you are. And you will experience more and more evidence of it in your 3D reality. You absolutely will. You yourself, everything you're experiencing is reflection. The daily reminding yourself of being source is going to help you transfer right on out of wanting, longing, hoping, wishing that you're going to manifest your person. It's going to get you to transfer right on over to, I will have it. I will have it because I, as source, say so. I will have it. Of course I will have it. Of course you will. And you'll get evidence of it. Really think about that concept of reality being your mirror. Putting your awareness on the things you desire from the place of you having it, allowing you to get carried away in your imagination, thinking about what life would be like, what life would feel like as the self that has the desires. The more often you're there, the quickest out here will change. But most importantly, the quicker you will drop out of that state of just wanting. We only get into longing, wanting, when we are forgetting the who we really are as source. So what is the bullshit reason you're believing, or you were believing up until this video, that you don't have your person yet, that you can't have your person? Are you one of the groups of people that, or one of the persons in the group that believe that the universe is keeping it from you? or that you have to work harder on your manifestation techniques in order to have the manifestation. That's bullshit. It's a belief. A belief. You are source. It's not blasphemous. It's not blasphemous. It felt blasphemous to me in my early days. It's not. You were given this ability to place your awareness on anything you, with your free will, choose to, so that you experience it in reality. It's a gift. It's your birthright. So let's drop the entanglement with our 3D. Let's stop fighting with the 3D and step into the knowing that you are source. You are all of it. You are everything. You are bringing that relationship to you by putting your awareness on having it. It really is that simple. That's really all it is to manifest anything, is you stepping into the awareness, or focusing your awareness on what you want. You've been doing it your whole life. Time to start doing it like a master. It's really easy to get caught up in the concept of free will, especially with a specific person manifestation. I don't care if your specific person flat out told you they don't want a relationship. If you put your focus on the version of yourself that's experiencing the relationship with the more loving version of your specific person, you will bring that person into your reality. You absolutely will, because you are reality. You are source. So on that note, who are you? Who do you believe you are? Think about it authentically. What do you really believe? Can you have your specific person? Or are you afraid that the universe is never going to deliver it? That's you forgetting who you really are. I'll see you tomorrow.